Blackhawks and Wild are set to face off tomorrow in the third game of this Western Conference semis. We got Dave Golikoff on the line to help us pick this matchup. What's up, Dave?
Hey, how are you?
Doing good, thanks. Now let's get down into this. The Blackhawks come into tonight feeling pretty good after winning Game 2. Wild successfully kept the game at a slower pace until the second, but Chicago really ran away with it. Do you see the Wild trying to slow this game down again in Game 3 or come out with a different strategy?
I think they have to definitely slow this down. They were a little bit more effective in Game 2, didn't allow a goal in the first period, but the wheels came off in period number 2. They gave up a shorthanded goal, which is uncharacteristic for them, especially given how it was allowed. Giveaway in the neutral zone, 2-on-1, and even the goal itself, just a little bit fluky. A little bit of bad luck as it went off. Dubnyk made the save, then it went off his stick, and then Suter couldn't get back in time to keep it from crossing the line. And then the second goal, another backbreaker, 20 seconds to go in the second period, and they give one up. I mean, obviously, Minnesota needs to make this more conservative, but they really need to play better defensively. They have not played their best game yet. This has to be their best game. And realistically, there's no time. It's not a time for them to panic. They haven't lost on their home ice yet. Losing in Chicago is not a big deal, really. I mean, Chicago's won 23 of their last 27 home playoff games. So Minnesota needs to steal one in Chicago. As of right now, nothing has really changed. As long as they can protect their home ice and play better defensively, be a little bit smarter with the puck, they can definitely get back into the series.
All right, now the Hawks come into Game 2 after playing some amazing defense in the last one. They only allowed one shot in the first 7 minutes and kept the Wild off the scoreboard to the third. This is really important, seeing how Crawford has been a bit shaky in the playoffs. In fact, just last night, he broke a 9-game playoff streak after allowing 3 or more goals per game. Now, I credit the defense a bit more for this one, but can he repeat this performance tomorrow?
Well, he should be able to, but I'm not one of the guys who's sold on Crawford bouncing back. I know, obviously, statistically, he bounced back, played well in that game, but I mean, the one goal that he did allow was kind of a softie, which is a concern. I think Minnesota can play better at the offensive end if they're more efficient with their shots. Maybe they get more through him. Although I will give him credit, he did make a couple big saves with a big pat on Parise and such, but Minnesota came out in this game with 6 shots in the first period. I mean, talk about being desperate, right? We're not talking 15, 20 shots. It's 6 shots in the first period. Chicago lulled them to sleep. I think the reality here is that Chicago has found a way through Minnesota's magic weapon. Devin Dubnyk was supposed to be the difference in the series. Remember, these teams faced off 5 times in the regular season. The 2 times with Dubnyk, they won. The Blackhawks scored 1 goal. The 3 times without Dubnyk, the Blackhawks had scored something like 13 goals, 12 or 13 goals, and won all 3 times. So Chicago so far has scored 7 goals on Dubnyk. They've really had no issues getting through him. If they're going to be getting to 3 goals per game in the series, this could be a sweep. So I think that Chicago is really in their comfort zone right now. This is, to me, in their first 2 games, is as good as they've played in a long time. Consistent, stellar. The offensive weapons, the key guys showing up big time. Patrick Kane with a couple goals. Hossa, Seabrook, yes, and Taves. They're looking good right now. So Minnesota really has to change the course of everything here as we head back to Minnesota. But right now, Chicago looks like they're in the driver's seat.
All right, well, coming into this game, money lines are looking a little iffy at best. What's your play tonight? Because I am not touching these.
So the money lines, we got Minnesota laying -140. And I see this opening at other books now, too, so it's not just a one-off from BetOnline/sports betting. It's about -135, -140. I would not lay that. Will they win? I don't know. I mean, with this line, I'm tempted to go with Chicago plus the money. But look, Minnesota needs this game. This is going to be their best punch in the series. This is it for them. They can't afford to go down 3-0 in the series. They may as well pack up their stuff and go home at that point. But I think we will see a better effort from them. So better efforts from Minnesota usually lead to unders. I think that's what we're going to see here. I think Crawford's going to have, I think Dubnik's going to have a strong bounce back game. I think the crowd is going to charge Minnesota, give them some confidence. I think they're going to clean up some of those defensive mistakes, and I think we see a low-scoring game in this one.
All right, lock in the under for this game. And as always, remember to keep it locked right here on SBRpicks.com for all your NHL playoff previews and predictions.